I'm the type of person to have a gnome.
Yeah. And like take it around the world and take pictures of it everywhere. Yeah.
Actually, once, I will tell you this.
Yeah.
Once, I asked my friend Brian to steal this gnome that I walked by when I was at his house.
Uh-huh.
And it was in his next door neighbour's house. I was like, Bri, you've got to get that gnome.
I need that
send
gnome.
a letter to them and let them know that
Like
I'll
a
take it
ransom
around.
letter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he do it?
What happened was he said he got so stressed out by the whole thing. He got all dressed up and like did all this stuff to his hair and then he got in there, he got the gnome and he said it was really heavy. And he had to bring it out and it was he had a purple jacket, so that's why I liked it. Anyway, then he called me.
The gnome had a purple jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he called me and he said, I've got this gnome.
Uh-huh.
And now I don't know what to do with it because I can't send it to you because it's so heavy. He panicked. So he put it back. He went through the whole thing again.
That was it.
To put it back.
How much time had passed? Do you think they noticed?
2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're like an instigator.
Yeah, I don't do the job
Is
myself.
that your role in the friend group?
Yeah. Go on.
You're just starting shit quietly from the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go. Oh,
I used to be
terrible.
like that too. I had a bus driver scream at me once that I was an instigator.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think I started a card game where I was playing cards in the aisle and it really made him mad.
Yeah,
it might have been a safety issue, but
no, God, no.
Kids play cards.
It's only cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Bus drivers were very moody when I was younger.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the way it is all over the world.
Do you think the job makes them moody or moody people are drawn to that job?
I think the children make them moody.
Yeah.
Driving the actual bus without the children in it
would be fun.
I think they would be fine.
That'd be cool.
But maybe
there are a lot of
bit
cool things
road
you
rage.
could do in that bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably live on it if you want it.
They definitely have road rage.
Big time.
Yeah. They should not be driving around children.
Nope.
And there are no seatbelts on those buses.
True.
Yeah.
And they don't like the singing thing either.
No.
They're not a fan of that.
No.
Sing-alongs, no thank you.
It's just a ticking time bomb in those buses.
Yeah. It's not good. I wouldn't want to be a bus driver.
It's a weird way
for
to
kids.
start the day.
No. Especially so early. Imagine getting
What time
up.
did you get on the bus?
4 a.m. or so. What, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I got on the bus.
Oh, you're saying the drivers start super early.
The driver's got to start.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Right.
To go
they got to
round
get
and-
there to the bus depot or wherever they pick it up.
I think I got on the bus about 7.
So our guys keep looking at me like, let's start. This is how we start it.
This is it.
We're started.
We started.
This is the podcast.
An intro into like the camera or
No.
anything like that? All right, I didn't know. I just was waiting for a cue.
We're on it.
Okay. So,
We're working.
all right, sorry.
We're podcasting.
Yeah. Hello.
I didn't know if it was a small talk.
On the job here.
You're a busy woman.
It is small talk, but these are the issues, Chris. This is what we're
It's
getting
important
to.
stuff that people think about all the time.
Yes.
And just not brave enough to talk about bus drivers.
And I would like to think this is the first time you've ever gone on record about it before.
It is.
So this is an exclusive.
That's true.
Okay. As we were.
That's true.
We're rolling.
I don't know how to get that vibe back. Welcome to Soul Sisters.
Thanks.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Hey, soul sister.
Yeah.
Who sang that song? Hey, soul sister.
Shit.
It was the
Anyone?
guy in the band.
Train.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, God, there I was thinking it was the guy, Maroon 5 guy.
Oh.
No, it wasn't him. Train. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was Train.
He had a good voice. He still has a good voice.
Maroon 5 kind of picked up and carried forward the Train tradition, I feel. Not
think
that
so?
Train isn't still carrying on. They're both
I hear you.
doing their thing.
But I hear you.
But I think there's a line you could draw from one to the other, perhaps.
Probably.
Just saying.
I don't know how they feel about that.
I don't know either.
Now everyone's going to get mad.
If they're
How
listening to
can
Soul
you say
Sisters, then
that?
this is a victory no matter how they take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Do you go out
I went out once.
ever?
Once for St. Patrick's
Right.
Day.
Right, no, I know.
Yeah, once ever in my
The
life.
one time I went out, it happened to be
One
St.
time.
Patrick's Day.
I went out. I was in Nashville
Uh-huh.
for some reason. I cannot remember why. And it was one of those nights where I don't have a gig the next day. That
Okay.
means I can go
Let
out.
loose.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I went out, and first of all, I didn't have any ID. And I know that in America,
It's very important.
you have to have ID.
Yeah.
Even if you're 85, you have to have it.
It depends on where you are.
God, they get really
But
mad.
Nashville, yeah.
Definitely, right?
Yeah, I
So,
think so.
I was like ruining everybody's night, so I had to go home. But
No one would let you in?
no, apart from the shisha bar, they let me in,
Yeah.
of course. But but I remember kind of looking around thinking, oh my God, like everything's just gone tits up. Like women were like weeing in the middle of the street. They were, everyone was punching each other.
Yeah.
And just going crazy.
That was happening outside of our Midtown office like 4 hours ago.
Really?
Yeah. Because of the parade.
So they go mad.
They go
and they just
insane.
get really pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just talking to my colleague, Chris, who is Irish by blood.
Oh.
Not Irish born, but by blood.
Oh.
But he's UK born.
That's enough.
And, yeah. But he had not the kindest things to say about how we treat St. Patrick's Day here.
So, do you know what it's about?
I would dare not answer that question with any authority.
I was told today, this is like, I know it's a terrible thing because we really should know.
Yeah.
But we don't.
Yeah.
So, I was told today by a certain somebody that actually St. Patrick he was either English or Welsh. He was not Irish.
Really?
Now,
okay.
Is that true? Or did this person just want to wind me up and
Chris?
send me into an interview to say such a disgusting thing?
We
you don't know either.
Nobody knows. Okay. I feel better about not knowing / concerned for all of us.
I think people just want to get pissed and have a laugh.
Yeah.
But why do they have to do it? They can do that any day of the week, but
we don't because we like build it up, and then it's like crazy.
I like the Irish style though.
Yeah.
I like their style of having a party.
Right.
Like there's no line.
Oh, yeah?
No line. Irish.
Yeah.
They're the Irish.
They're just relaxed.
Don't mess with them in any way.
Yeah.
At any point.
Ever.
Yeah.
Don't think about it.
If they offer you a drink, drink it.
Take it. Yeah.
Take it.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, trying to think to get us back on the topic of you.
Oh.
I mean, just because maybe some people want to know what's going on
with you. It's not half as interesting as St. Paddy's Day.
I could talk about that with you all day. But are you touring right now? What's happening?
Okay. So what's
what's this moment of your life?
Okay, so I put out a record called Water for Your Soul.
Yes.
Which is a record that sounds, it's a mixture of stuff.
Uh-huh.
So there's reggae influence, there's hip hop, there's R&B. That's like the backbone of it.
Uh-huh.
But all the little cherries on the cake are like world influence kind of. There's Irish fiddles.
Yeah.
There's Brazilian beats on the same song.
Okay.
There's flamenco guitar.
Cool.
There's Arabic sarod. There's a bansuri, which is, I think you call it a bansuri. God, I hope I haven't got that wrong. It's a flute. Anyway, It's an Indian flute. And I keep getting the name wrong. So there's a lot of different things going on.
Yeah.
Parts
of it are like, they reminded me of like mid-90s Whitney or like Brandy. There's like some 90s kind of R&B stuff going on. It's a very eclectic album.
That was when that was kind of my upbringing, I suppose. I was around at that time. Oh, that's so cool that you hear that.
Oh, yeah.
I like talking to people about it because you always
like
get a different...
Test. Like what is your musical DNA that then comes out when you listen to this album?
Yeah. You are what you eat.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what you spit out.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed making it because it wasn't like a rule. It wasn't we're making a soul record.
Right.
Or we're making a
reggae
record.
But it's being called a reggae album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Which made some headlines.
Do you know what? People are pissed off.
I know.
And I don't...
All right, but Billboard's kind of involved in this.
Billboard...
So let's put it out there.
Okay, so let me talk about this for a minute.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, so the article that I read was... I don't know whether it was complimentary to the record or not.
Okay.
And I don't really know I don't know how to feel about that. But it's very weird. Like, so I guess what was the title was the best reggae album of the year.
So it said
no,
it wasn't
the
top.
Best. The top. So yes.
So this is the nuts and bolts of it.
That's the most important
part. It was top,
part.
Not best. Yeah.
Yes.
So it
wasn't artist, it was album.
So so it's top reggae albums artist and top reggae album.
Was it albums artist as well?
Yes.
Oh.
Because
well, I think that's so nice.
Yeah, and guess who was number 2?
Who?
Bob Marley.
Oh God.
Right, but because it's measuring current album sales, so that's albums in the last 18 months, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about numbers.
Right, so it's about numbers.
And by the way, I sold like nothing. I mean, really, like 20,000 or 27,000 or something like that. I don't know how much I sold, but
okay.
At the end of the day...
You're being modest. I mean, it did well.
No, it didn't. I mean, it did...
Well, maybe in the genre.
Yes, it did well in the genre.
Yes.
So... But that might mean, other people didn't put more money behind it or something. You don't know what that means.
Right.
So in a way, it's like, I don't know. I guess we're kind of downplaying something that should be celebrated. Yeah, I should be like, yes.
Yeah.
I was. My dad sent it to me the day it came out, and I was like, oh my God, I feel like chuffed about this.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh God, everyone's going to be really mad with me.
Did you? You preemptively knew?
Well, I knew that. Like, when I was making the record, Damian Marley was doing this other record with myself and a few other people for a project that we did.
Okay.
And we were in the studio together chatting away, and I played him Love Me, which is the first track on this album.
Yeah.
And Underworld or Clean Water or something. Anyway, he was like, Joss, you got to do a reggae record. And I laughed and I said, Damien, everyone would be so mad with me if I do that. And he goes, nah, don't worry about them. Forget those people. Do it. So, you know, even then, that was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
So I know I have received this kind of attitude since I began. So people,
I'm sure,
they always
as a
focus,
neo-soul singer.
Well, as a white singer.
Yes.
Not just about what type of music I'm singing.
Oh.
It's about the fact that my skin is
You think regardless of the genre?
Yeah, regardless of the genre. I mean, because I've done lots of records. I've done 7 records now.
You've been in a few genres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which I love.
Maybe if you were doing like Irish fiddle music.
Maybe I'd be allowed then. They'd be like, but she's not Irish.
Yeah, right. That's true.
How dare she do this?
Good
you
point.
know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am used to this whole, you know, racist attitude. I mean, I'm used to that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's very nice.
No.
You know?
I read one thoughtful piece about it that understood what the list was, and they were just saying, you know, there's a deeper issue here, which is that white artists often outsell black artists, and so, you know, maybe that's an unfortunate thing we should look at why that happens, you know, like why her album would do so much better than other reggae albums, you know, but that which is a totally another conversation.
I hope that it's not because I'm white.
Yeah.
I just hope it's because people like the music.
I mean, that's like
what do you
chicken
think?
or the egg.
Do you think it's because I'm white?
I mean, I think maybe it's because you're Joss Stone, and that's a name, and people are curious to hear what that is. If it's a reggae album by Joss Stone, or they're just fans of yours, you know, I think like your popularity just crossed over.
They'll buy it before they even know what it sounds like. Some people will.
Yeah.
But not everyone. So I think it's mostly because of the records I sell today. There'll be a handful of people that buy it because they hear, oh, this is a style of music that I am interested in. Or they might hear about the world tour and go, oh, I want to hear what she's been inspired by.
Yeah.
And then someone else might buy it because, oh, I remember Right to Be Wrong when she was 17. I'm 28.
Right.
They might be like, I remember that girl.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest handful.
Yeah.
I think that's probably 70% of the people that buy it.
Right.
You know, so
totally.
I don't know whether that's because I'm white or that's because I had a record deal when I was, 15.
I mean, the kind of music that you make and the sound that you attempted and just like achieved right out of the gate was not the easiest route to go. No. So I don't think that I don't think anything's been made necessarily easier for you.
No, but it's not worth having if it's not easy, is it?
I agree with that.
I guess it's boring otherwise, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And if people are going to be negative, I don't know.
That's
don't worry about them, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always say, if you give a kidney to somebody, someone's going to be mad with you for it. Someone will be like, oh, get you.
It's true.
Such a bitch.
Yeah.
How can you give her the kidney?
So are you someone who reads comments and then you disregard them, or you just tune all that out right away?
I pretty much tune it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I read them, and I think
some slip through.
Yeah, and it's mostly like journalists.
Yeah.
Like the comments from the people. You got to take it with a pinch of salt because you don't know.
Right.
You don't know who they are.
Yes.
You don't know whether their comments worth reading or not. Whether they're going to just be mean to everybody on the internet. You don't know.
Right.
But when it's a music critic, I do feel like I really want to know what they think, because a lot of them are musicians. They've been musicians. They've been in a band, and they really care about music, and that's why they're writing about it. A lot of them are. Yeah. Some of them are just really angry that they didn't manage to become a musician.
I was going to say,
there's some of those
the other
too.
way it can go.
Yeah. But I think.
So are there some critics that you return to?
No, I just pay more attention. Like
Yeah.
if it's an article and someone's taking the time to go, right, this is what I think about this piece.
Yeah.
And and it's thoughtful.
But
then when they start, the second they mention the color of my hair, my eyes, or my skin, every single thing that they say loses credibility for me. Because it is not, I'm not a model. I'm not here providing a look for you.
Right.
I'm providing a sound, a feeling, a piece of art in this particular form. So comment freely and deeply on that. But when you start talking about how I look, you got to move on.
Can I ask your opinion about something?
Yes.
My co-host, Dara, who's not here today because she's on tour with her band, but she and I had this debate recently because it was based on Bethany Costantino from Best Coast. She's had some disputes with journalists who come to her shows and comment about how they don't feel like she smiles enough on stage.
Who's this Bethany? What's she?
She's in a band, Best Coast. They're like a kind of surf rock band out in California.
Okay.
And anyway, so she has started fighting back on social media and whatnot, and she wrote a long letter for Lenny Letter, which is Lena Dunham's newsletter.
Okay.
Anyway, and she's saying, like, I'm not there to smile for you, and I'm not there to, like, look happy for you. I'm performing and I'm doing my job, and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And she cited this one critic in particular who had talked about how she looked sexy at the show that he went to, and commented a lot on how, you know, she looked beautiful, but she wasn't smiling and she didn't look happy to be there. And so Dara and I were then debating if if it's not his place to even say anything positive about how she looks, you know, like, because I was like, he shouldn't even say that she looks sexy because that's not relevant either. And she was like, yeah, but like, can't you say, you know, if a performer is, you know, thinking a lot about their costume and they come out looking a certain way and you think they look great, can't you say they look great?
You can say whatever you want.
I know, but what do you think? Like, do you think that's relevant? To comment on a performer's look, good or bad?
I just think when you're reviewing an album, it's different to when you're reviewing a show.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay.
So for a show,
yeah, I think it's important to put on a show. And my show, by the way, is pretty minimal. I mean, I'm pretty much singing songs.
Yeah.
But I do put my makeup on.
Yeah.
And I do clip my hair in. Sometimes when I can be bothered. And, you know, I try to, like, make an effort.
Yeah.
And my band, they make an effort too.
Yeah.
I guess it's like going out for an evening. You make an effort.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if somebody wants to comment on how my show looks, because it's a show.
Right.
And we are entertaining people.
Yeah.
Of course they can comment on that.
Yeah.
You know, but I think for
it's a
her
slippery
specifically,
slope,
well, yeah, it is. It is.
To say that if he's allowed to say that he thinks she looks sexy, then wouldn't it also be in his right to say if he didn't think she looks sexy?
Yeah, of course.
But
it's in his right to say whatever he wants.
Yeah, but as a review of a show, that feels off to me.
I think if you're reviewing the music, just the music, then you do not have a right.
No, but if it's a show,
if it's
then
and
it's the whole,
you know what? When you're reviewing the album,
you
should also review the album artwork. Yes, you should.
Yes,
because it's part of the piece.
You are very responsible for album artwork, right? Or you have
well,
a big
this
say
one,
in
no.
It? No, okay.
Well, I have a say, of course.
You have
because
a say.
Of course, it's my my whole piece. So I want it to, you know, work with the sound and you know. So actually, this time a fan made the artwork.
Oh, really?
We did a competition on Facebook and it was lovely.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is going off piece, but I tried to explain what the album sounded like in words, which is practically impossible, and gave the title and explained what that meant.
Yeah.
And then we got, you know, a fair few hundred beautiful pieces of art.
Wow.
And it was gorgeous. I loved it because I got to see what people feel when they listen to my voice and what they got from what I said. And
did you look at all the submissions?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
For like a few weeks, I looked at them, playing some of the songs and, you know, thinking which one's going to work.
Yeah.
But that was great. And that was part of the feeling of the album. Like I want it to be like everybody joining together and making something beautiful. All the musicians coming from different parts of the world. Yeah. You know, they are expressing themselves. And the art actually does the same thing. So that was nice. But I would hope that if somebody picks that up, I hope that they would talk about that. Yeah. And they would talk about how it was put together, because that whole thing is something I am putting on the table to be commented on. Right. And when I'm doing a show, I would say the same for every aspect of my show. You know, so if I stood there and didn't move, I would expect somebody to say, she stood there and didn't move. That's okay to say. Yeah. You know, but if you want to do a show that's just for ears only, then you should do it on the radio. And then you really will get, the right opinion for the right thing.
Right.
You know? But if she isn't
the smiling thing,
she's allowed to feel however she feels.
Right.
You know? So if she's not smiling, maybe there's a reason for that. And maybe the person that was commenting on that needs to be very careful and sensitive to her feelings too.
Yeah.
Not just his own.
Well, this is a bigger it's like the whole catcalling thing, or like, you know, women walking down the street in New York are constantly being shouted at by construction workers to smile. I mean, I used to get that all the time.
Yeah.
And I used to kind of take it on the chin because I thought that's what you're supposed to do. Because I was in my early 20s and I didn't know how to talk back to that, basically, you know?
Yeah.
But in my head, I'd be like,
intimidated.
You fucking smile. Like, I'm going to my job. It's 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I barely slept.
Did you ever turn around and say that?
I never did. I know. I regret all those missed opportunities. Did you?
Yes. Many times.
Good for you.
You know, every now and then you're in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And you're like,
and you're allowed.
Did you ever? I watched a Sex in the City where the ginger one did that. She turned around and like gave the guy shit.
Yes.
She
would. That's a Miranda move.
Yes, Miranda. So inspiring. You go, girl. It's very funny.
So are you a Miranda then? It's the question we're all supposed to ask each other.
I don't know, actually. Probably. Not really
Everyone's
sure. I don't
like,
watch it enough.
I'm like smart like Miranda, but I'm creative like Carrie. You know,
oh, right.
I like to combine them that way.
Oh, God. I don't know. My favorite one's the really like naughty
Samantha.
one. Yeah, she's my favorite.
Yeah.
I wish I was like that, but I'm not.
It
much
seemed
more
very
boring.
scandalous and raunchy back in those days.
Yeah.
I don't know if that character would seem as shocking today.
No, probably not. No.
She kind of like set that stage.
Yeah.
Now we have Broad City. Like it's just all out there.
So Broad City, I've just heard about that.
Oh, you should watch it.
Yeah.
I think you'd like it.
Well, I was told about it this morning because they mentioned my name in it.
Did they?
And they showed me a little clip. Yeah. The lady was like, and it was so cool because it was like in a good way, not in a bad way. Thank God.
That's better.
She goes, one of the chicks in it was like, oh, I've got a tag on my top. And this other girl said, doesn't matter what you wear. Justin doesn't wear shoes and she doesn't care. And I just thought, yes, what a cool
I saw
thing.
that one. The security tag.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, that's an honor.
Oh.
Let me tell you. That show is,
Is it good?
That's cool. It's good.
I wonder if we can get it in the UK. I bet we can.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how streaming works.
Online, you can get anything these days.
Okay, there you go.
What are you watching at the moment? Any series that I should get?
I mean, Transparent is the show that I always talk about. What are you watching?
Well, nothing really.
No
I'm
time?
too busy.
I know.
But you know what? There's certain things that I really like, and I'm such a cheese ball. Like, I can't help it. I like magical things.
Meaning?
Anything that is magical.
Okay.
It's got to be like fiction and a bit like, you know, wizards could turn up.
Okay.
That's what I like.
Like Lord of the Rings kind of stuff?
No, that's too scary.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Harry Potter?
It's too dark.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, the first Harry Potter I only like.
Yeah.
But what's it called? Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, okay.
I love that. I love it so much. I know, I'm such a baby.
That's that kind of like
family. Real family.
That's nice.
I like it.
That's good.
I like the romance.
Yeah.
And, you know, all
I feel like those things probably
and
help ground you in a
I
very like,
guess so.
surreal life.
Kind of a bit,
Yeah.
bit off there.
Yeah.
You know, a bit away with the fairies.
Right.
But I like Away with the Fairies. You know.
Did you grow up watching a lot of TV? Were you a TV household?
No.
No?
We weren't allowed to watch TV, actually.
Oh, really?
For most of the time.
Why was that?
If it was not raining, we weren't allowed to watch TV.
Oh, okay.
So, you know.
The parents were like, go outside?
Yeah.
That's good.
No, it was good. It
Yeah.
was good. So it was like, doesn't matter if your favourite show's on, it's not raining.
Okay.
So sort your life out, get outside. And like, oh my God. So I would kind of wake up. I liked to watch music videos, MTV. And they used to play music videos.
Yeah, back in the day.
And they played them like back to back for hours and hours and hours and hours.
Did.
And they had MTV Bass, which I don't know if you had that over here, but
I don't remember
it was hosted by Trevor Nelson.
Okay.
He is a radio DJ and he works with like soul music, always. He's the guy for the soul music and R&B and hip hop and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he hosted this thing called MTV Unplugged.
Okay.
I think. Or no, it was on, he didn't host it. It was on his show or something.
Okay.
Somehow they linked through him because I think it was shot in America. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, MTV Unplugged were like those live concerts. And then they would put the albums out.
Right.
That I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I only ever saw one, but I think that must have been shot here in New York or somewhere like that.
Probably.
Somewhere like really cool, like Philadelphia or somewhere like that. Anyway.
I don't know about Philadelphia.
I think Philly's cool. Maybe that's just me. I'm a bit of a dork. So Lauryn Hill was doing her Unplugged.
Yes.
And oh my God, I used to have to sneak down at night and play it really quietly and like turn up the volume to like 1. And I'd just sit there. And then my dad would be like, Jocelyn, go to bed. And I'd be like, damn it. So I go upstairs.
I love that album, by the way.
I loved it.
Some people say she only had one good album, but I like the Unplugged album.
That one is a really good one.
Cool. It's different, but
sometimes like I lose what the hell she's talking about in that one. But I kind of like that because it's like this
kind of
mad
biblical
poem.
and then yeah.
And it's got all these layers.
Exactly.
And if you actually sit and like rewind, listen to it again, you're going to get something from it.
Yeah.
She's a clever cookie.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's great.
So you were into the soul scene back then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm wondering where your voice came from. Like, were you born with that voice? And then you found your genre? Or you were kind of emulating people that you loved and you were just able to do it?
Yeah, I was emulating people that I loved, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what we all do.
Yeah.
I think, you know, if you grow up in that environment, you're listening to that type of music all the time.
Right. Were your parents playing a lot of music around the house?
Yeah. So our house was full of different styles.
Okay.
So my sister, she really liked like Steps and Spice Girls and Boyzone and things like that.
Yeah.
And I actually really liked Spice Girls as well. You know, so I would kind of dip in and out of everyone's style. So my sister, she was real pop.
Okay.
Some of the stuff I absolutely like hated.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't stand this.
Yeah.
And my brother, he was into like Sum 41 and Offspring and things like that.
Okay.
So that was that.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I don't know, maybe this song, but not that one. And
what's the order? Birth order?
Oh, so my sister's older than me.
Okay.
My older brother, Dan, he was like, he actually listened to Pink Floyd a lot, but he also listened to like hip hop and like really like nasty, like jungle, and it had horrible lyrics in it. And my dad wouldn't let it be played in the house kind of thing, like really dirty, horrible stuff. So he's the eldest.
Okay.
And then my sister is right there. And then it's me. And then Harry.
Okay.
So
Harry was Sum 41.
Harry was Sum 41.
Yeah.
But now he's more like drum and bass, jungle, reggae, kind of, you know. So he really inspires me in that. Because he plays me stuff I've never heard before.
Really?
Yeah, he's great. And my dad, he was more like James Brown, The Clash, The Jam, Linton Kwesi Johnson. Mm-hmm. And my mum, female vocalist, Whitney Houston, Melissa Etheridge, Via Condias. So that was all going on.
So you had it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot of different things.
Right.
We didn't really have any like proper rock going on.
Okay.
That was kind of missed, apart from Melissa's rock. But,
right.
you know, more like soul. She sings quite soulful.
Yeah.
So. I don't know. There's some things missing, like no real jazz, no real country. Wasn't a lot of classical going on.
Have you found those things on your own as an adult?
Yeah, I found them.
Yeah.
But I'm not so into them.
Okay.
You know?
Like when you go into a record store, what section do you go to first?
World music now.
Really?
I really like world music.
Okay.
Because I don't know
that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's what you're putting out, so it's what you're taking in.
Yeah. Yeah. So the world tour. So I said, you asked me where I'm right now.
Yes. Good. Way to circle back. Thank
I know.
you.
I forgot to tell you.
Host.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, so the album is there.
Yeah.
But it's the thing. It's there. It's whatever. If you want to get it, you can get it. Blah, 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 blah. But the total world tour is something that I'm actually doing right now.
Okay.
And that is just completely, it's just a trip. Because it's so different to anything I've ever done before.
How so?
So it includes every country on the planet and won't exclude any. So that in itself is...
Over how much time?
Well, I hope that it will be in about 2 or 3 years I'll be done.
Wow.
I hope that it will be like a concise thing, but I don't know.
Oh my God.
It might take me 20 years.
Yeah.
But
okay, so this is not something where like all the dates have been announced.
No.
Okay.
That's the thing, is like, how do you even book these gigs?
Yeah.
And I had an agent. I was with CAA, which is like this big agency group that, you know, everybody loves. Big. And they're like, yay, we have everyone. We're fantastic. Yeah. So I had the idea for the world tour years and years ago.
Yeah.
And I routed it on a plane home, just roughly routed it.
Okay.
You know, like we do this section that time of year, that then, and that then.
Did you have a map?
I had a map.
Yeah.
I did it with my friend Paul, who's a traveller. He's a war journalist and he's travelled all around the world.
So he knows.
Oh, yeah.
He knows all the obscure places.
Yeah. He knows all the dangerous parts more likely. And he kind of knows who's having a fight with who. So don't go in through that way, go in through the other way.
Wow.
So that was an interesting little moment. And I gave the routing to my booking agent. And he just laughed for like 5 years and just went, yeah, we'll do it. I'm like, yeah, but I do seriously want to do it. Oh, yeah, okay.
So this predated the album. It's not tied to the album.
No.
The idea wasn't.
It inspired it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the idea for the tour inspired the album?
The actual tour inspired the album.
Cool.
The actual, making of and doing it.
So when did you start?
I started year before last.
Okay.
So, and because we've had the album in between, we haven't been like solidly doing it. We've only done like 59 countries.
Right.
But hopefully we should be able to do, we should get to 100 by the end of this year. But the thing that inspired the world influence on the album is the collaborations that I do. So in each country,
on the tour.
we collaborate with someone that is from that country and that makes music that is from that country.
Cool.
So I will then learn. It's very difficult, but I do it. So I'll be like, right, let's have a song. If they're singers, if they've actually got vocals on the track. If not, I'll write one. But say, right, let's have a song of yours that you want to do. And we'll make a little video and we'll put it out and hopefully spread the word and do lovely things. And I'll learn it. So I have to learn a little piece or as much of it as I possibly can in a whole other language. And it's got all this different timing and different ways of singing. And I just find it.
So when does that start? Do you go to the country and then you meet them and then you start it? Or does that begin before you get there?
Yeah, it begins before.
Yeah.
So there's a lady called Hannah. And her job is to find people for me to collaborate with.
Yeah.
And to find a beautiful person doing something beautiful in that place.
Okay.
And it's usually a charity. That's where it leads us.
Okay.
Someone that's just basically giving their time in their life to something beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's amazing too.
What are the criteria in her mind to find an artist that you would love to collaborate with?
The criteria is something that is traditional to that place.
Okay.
That's it. So if they come to us and they sound like a country artist and they're actually from Zimbabwe, we say, okay, so is this traditional to the area? And they'll be like, actually, maybe not.
Yeah.
So, but then there are artists that they do traditional songs, but they also have like a whole set full of Western songs that they sing because the tourists like it.
Right.
So like hidden, but underneath that is something that they created.
Yeah.
And that has their specific rhythm. Like Uruguay has a specific rhythm to Uruguay called candombe. And it's like nowhere else. So you learn about things like this as you go through it. And there's a guy called Ruben Rada, but he sings a lot of soul, a lot of covers. But actually, talk to him about candombe, you learn something about Uruguay. So
cool. Do they come on stage with you then?
If like we really hit it off, sometimes they do. Okay. But normally you just kind of
so you make a video together.
Yeah, we make a little video. So we're collecting them all now. We're actually getting to a point where we're going to start putting them out so people can like join in on the journey a bit. Yeah. So I think it'll be nice to see what people think.
So how many countries by the end?
There'll be about 204 probably.
Okay.
Yeah. But it depends what you think politically.
Right. That's tricky.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So how are you guys deciding that?
I don't know. I'm just going to be like, right, if you think you're a country, I'm going to play you. There's one guy.
Countries apply here.
There's this chap, right? And I don't remember the name of a country, but there's this chap that's gone over to like a little tiny island somewhere off of England.
And claims it as his country?
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I've got my own currency. Yeah, I've got my own passport.
You should definitely do a show there.
I've got to do it, haven't I?
Yes. Just as a video, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be fun. But then he would have to be my collaboration.
Yeah, it's true.
He's going to have to learn.
Very smart of him. Yeah. Let's really set this up. Does he have a flag?
I think
planted his own flag?
Yeah. They tried to get him off like a lot. They try regularly to get him off and he won't.
He's like, how dare you? This is my sovereign land.
He's like, I'm going to arrest you in a minute. Put you in my jail.
Yeah. Wow. So I think at the end of all of this, you should clearly do like a final show with every artist that you've collaborated with.
That is a great idea.
That'd be cool.
I would like to do that.
Yeah.
But there'd be a lot of people on that stage.
There'd be a lot. You have time to plan it.
To make a big stage.
Yeah.
That's okay.
There's got to be a field somewhere that would fit everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can make a little album.
Exactly.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
there was this
Maybe
song.
like We Are the World.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
that
God,
vibe.
no. I mean, yes,
What?
that would be fantastic. Sorry. Yeah, no. So there was this guy called Ronnie. Let me tell you this little story.
Okay.
This is my favourite story at the moment.
Okay.
Probably because it's quite recent and I can't remember the rest. But we went to Botswana and this guy called Ronnie, which you should go on YouTube and look this guy up.
Just Ronnie.
Ronnie, Botswana.
Okay.
I reckon that'll take you there.
Okay.
And he plays the guitar in a Botswanian manner. I don't know if that's the right term for it, but it's got like the 3 strings and then there's a gap and then the top or the lowest string is a bass string.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays it in this wonderful, magical way. And it's like nothing else. So I thought, that's it. I really want to work with him.
Yeah.
So I asked Hannah to say, hey, Han, can you get him to send me something that has a song on it that I can do? Or, you know, tell me what to write.
Yeah.
So he said, well, write this song about the rain coming because we haven't had rain for 11 months and it is not good. We need rain. And so on the way over, I thought, okay, I've got to write a rain song. So I did, and it was really, really simple. And it just says, rain, you know, fall down, rain, come on, let's do this, rain. And it's all, you know, very cool and very chill and very, like, simple. And I get off the plane, and the guys that picked us up were like, you'll never guess what? It's rained. It's been pissing it down.
What?
And the whole time we were there, it rained. And in the gig, it was like sideways rain.
Did that freak you out?
It was amazing. I thought it was
That's
the best
crazy.
coincidence.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ever.
That's cool.
I loved it. So, you know, I like to think because I was in the plane writing it,
Yeah.
maybe I was just a little bit closer to the rain gods.
Yeah, they heard you. They heard you better.
But, you know,
Wow.
these things
You should
happen.
try that with other things.
I should, shouldn't I?
For each country you go to, say, what do you guys need the most?
What do you need?
Yeah.
And I shall write a song. And you
When I'm
shall
in the
have
clouds.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
When I'm in the clouds. Can you imagine?
Those are some scary powers.
Isn't it just the weirdest thing? So yeah, that was fun.
Are you a mystical person? Like, do you get into that kind of thing?
I do.
Yeah.
But I don't really believe it.
No.
No.
You just like the fun of it?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
weird. It's like deep down, I know that it's bollocks.
Yeah.
But there's also a part of me that is still alive that goes,
Yeah.
actually, no, it can be real, you
Right.
know? And I have this belief that, okay, and this is actually, I do actually believe this.
Okay.
I believe that in your world, what you believe is true in your reality.
Okay.
And that might be very different to mine.
Okay.
But that
In
doesn't...
terms of what, though?
in terms of anything in the world.
Okay.
If you believe that
Yeah.
there are fairies in your garden and you really, really, really believe that, then for you, that's the truth.
Okay.
I don't, so it's not true. It's
You have gnomes and I have fairies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just think that I believe that anything is possible.
Yeah.
And in that sentence, anything is possible.
Right.
So,
Unless my truth is something that would have some consequence for you.
yeah.
That's right. That's where you have to
a
draw
good
the
point.
line.
Then you
Like
have
if
to
I
draw
believe
the
in
line.
fairies, that's not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
But if I said, if you believe in gnomes, you're going to like die a violent death, then you might
Then
not.
you're affecting my belief.
Yeah.
Don't affect my belief.
Right.
I like my belief the way it is.
Okay.
Okay.
So I feel like we have a good system there.
Yeah,
That makes
that
sense.
that works.
Yeah.
As long as it
found
doesn't
the
affect
line.
anyone else,
Yeah.
then it can be true for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Live
down
in
with
your own
that.
world.
Beautiful.
Enjoy your bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're on this tour that's never ending right now. And
Yeah,
it's
right now.
going everywhere. So you must find time to have a normal life in between, right? You're not just
Yeah.
you're not just on this tour.
No, I just do the tour and I go home.
And then
I
you
do
go
the
home
tour
and-
and I go home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walk my dogs.
Yeah.
Make cakes.
Okay.
And I go back.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
So-
It is nice.
Are you going home soon? Do you get to go back to real life soon?
Yeah, so this is a little bit of a detour. We're
Okay.
only here. I mean, I've already played the US on this tour.
Right.
Because, you know, we're only supposed to play one gig per country. But I'm actually playing here tomorrow. And
In the city?
I'm playing in Long Island. I should know where I'm playing because that would help for this particular situation. But I don't.
Well, it
actually
won't
know.
post in time for that. So,
So
we'll
it won't
say,
help.
go on YouTube, guys, and look up the footage of her in
Yeah,
Long
look
Island.
it up. Look it up. I was in Long Island and I was also in Connecticut
Yeah,
at one point.
Nice.
But you know what? We're filming the one in Connecticut.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
There you go.
So that'll be nice.
What are you going to do with it?
It's PBS.
Oh, nice.
So they're going to film it.
Okay.
They're going to do whatever they want. Cool. I don't know. Show people it, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
And then
I'm sure they'll want to.
People will make their little comments. And I'll cry.
But
I'll
I feel
cry
like
in my
PBS viewers
teacup.
are probably a little nicer in the comments.
Do you think so?
I think they're probably a little more conservative, maybe, so they're not going to be just like pure vitriol.
Talking about that, what's going on with Donald Trump?
You tell me.
I don't know.
What's your perspective?
I have no idea. All I'm hearing is
Can you believe it?
It's this crazy thing. My mum spent a little time in America recently, so she's been telling me about it.
Okay.
Obviously, I have no idea because I don't really watch any television at all.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in your world. It's America,
You
first
don't want
off.
to.
So this is crazy, though. Like,
It's
this
crazy.
guy was on a reality TV show.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be the president of bloody...
Yeah, we'll see.
That can't happen. Is that going to happen?
Well, that's what his party is afraid of, that it can't happen. So they're worried that he being the nominee will be the end of the Republican Party's chances of winning. Yeah. Yeah. So he's facing it from all sides.
And
but
the other
a lot
guys-
of people are voting for him, so I don't know. It's a crazy country.
Why
It's
do you
a
think
big
people
country.
like him? Like, what's the thing about him that people like?
I think he's tapping into, frustration. People are having hard times economically. They're worried about their jobs. And, this guy comes in and he's like, I'm going to get your jobs back and I'm going to put money back in your pockets. And
don't they all say that, though? Isn't that kind of...
Yeah, but some people actually try to explain how those things will be possible. And it's not always like this fairy tale solution. But he doesn't explain a lot about how he's going to make these things happen.
Right.
He just kind of makes nice promises. And
I heard him making promises about killing people as well.
Yeah, some people are into that too. So that's the most concerning part of this.
It's scary.
Yeah, I know. It's gone from being a joke to it's kind of scary
I would
now.
say I can speak for only a few people.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
Okay.
I would say that it's scary from the outsider's perspective because America is so important. Whoever runs America is so important to everybody else.
Right.
So I know I'm English and I haven't got a say in this, but I know I will be affected by it. And so will everyone in France and so will everyone in Germany. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So you guys have to vote someone in that's like,
Who should we vote for?
who's a nice guy. I don't know, but just pick someone
Or
that
a
doesn't want
nice
to kill
girl.
people. Or a nice girl. Oh yeah, there's Hillary. She's involved as well, isn't
Yeah.
she? So who have you got? You've got Trump, you've got Hillary, you've got Bernie, who's the old nice man. Everyone seems to like him, don't
Right.
they?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why. I have no idea. I will look that up.
Because he sounds a lot like Larry David, and people love that.
Does he?
He does. Larry David does a great Bernie Sanders on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So is he a nice guy? Do you think he's
Seems
a
like
nice
a nice guy.
He
Yeah.
seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. He marched with Dr. King.
That's good.
He's got his good liberal bona fides.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
The
a good
options on the Democrat side are pretty good.
Okay.
So we'll see how it all shakes out.
Okay. And what about Hillary? What's she like as a woman? Because, she's standing for us.
Yeah.
We've got to...
Do you have any feeling about her?
I really
over there?
I just wish I knew. I need more education on this.
Yeah.
I need to know. I need to ask all of you Americans. Basically.
Well, go ask them in Long Island.
Okay.
You'll get
in
some
Long
unfiltered
Island.
opinions. Sure.
Okay. The feeling towards Hillary so far is not going very well. Every time I ask, it's like, ugh.
Really?
Which I feel sad about because she's a chick.
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't feel sad about because that's me being completely sexist. Oops.
I don't know if that's sexist.
It is because I want to feel good towards her because she's my sex.
Yeah. Solidarity, sister.
I know. I can't help it. I can't help it.
It's good.
But you shouldn't ever. It shouldn't come
each
into
other.
it. Yeah, I know.
No, it's okay.
But we do
for the
need
right
to stand
ones
together.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the spirit of this podcast.
Yes.
So we brought it back to the heart of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's important. It should happen more.
Exactly.
All
right. Well,
but she might be like Maggie Thatcher. God, what if she was like Maggie Thatcher? What would we do? What would you guys do?
What are you guys gonna do? You'll just turn your backs on us. That's fine. It
Oh
happened
my God.
before.
No.
It happened with GW. It might happen again.
I'm going to move
We'll
to
live on.
Zimbabwe if that happens.
There you go. You're probably going there anyway on your tour.
Probably.
All
Definitely.
right, Joss, what are you gonna play for us today?
Okay,
What
so
song do you got up your sleeve?
I'll play a song called Let Me Breathe.
Okay, off the new album.
Yeah, it's off the new album, and the track has a chap called Nitin Sawhney on it. He plays flamenco guitar, but it's just me and Leon today, so it'll just be a little bit more chill.
Yeah.
But the
Sans
guitar
flamenco.
on it is actually really, really sweet.
Awesome.
So, check it out just for that, I think.
All right.
But I'll try and sing it.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Hello, I'm Joss Stone and this is Leon. We are going to sing you a little song. This is for Soul Sisters for Billboard. So I hope you like it. It's called Let Me Breathe. The more I fight the day, the more it drags on.